This message is no accident. If this is reaching your ears, understand heaven has called you to attention. What's about to unfold will not be ordinary. The spiritual atmosphere is shifting, everything is changing, and the time to step into destiny has arrived. A divine lockdown is unfolding, but it's not a restriction. It's a set-apart moment. It's a time of separation where distractions are removed, and silence becomes the breeding ground for divine transformation. The world may feel like it's spinning out of control, but the chosen ones will find their purpose crystal clear in this stillness. As the blackout begins, the noise of the world will fade. Confusion and chaos will attempt to drown out clarity, but it's in this very moment that spiritual vision will be sharpened. While others stumble, the chosen will see beyond the darkness, because in the silence, God's voice will echo louder than ever before. The rule of the jungle is not a fight for survival. It's an opportunity for divine authority. The world will crumble under fear, but the chosen will rise by faith. The storms will grow fiercer. The trials will intensify. Yet in this crucible, God will forge His people into warriors of purpose and power. The weak will falter, but those who are prepared will reign with the strength of the Almighty. Before we dive into this life-changing music message, take a moment to pause this video and do 3 things. Hit that like button. Subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 77. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this video. God's plan for divine security is set in motion. As the chaos ensues, His hand will cover, protect, and lead His chosen through the fire unscathed. This is not a time to shrink back or hesitate. This is the moment to move forward with power, knowing that He who calls you is faithful to secure you. The shift has begun. Every challenge, every trial, every moment of waiting has been a preparation for this season. Now is the time to step into the fullness of the calling. When the world is shaken, the chosen will be unshaken. Stay ready. Stay aligned. The manifestation of divine destiny is here. In the quiet stillness of the world, a divine message has been sent, an urgent call for awakening, a prophetic declaration from heaven itself. God is about to initiate a series of events unlike anything we've seen before. This message is not just a whisper, but a loud, undeniable alert meant to stir our spirits and open our eyes. The days ahead are not ordinary. They are charged with purpose and divine significance. We are at the threshold of something monumental, something that will forever alter the course of human history. The heavens are speaking, and it is not by accident that you are hearing this now. This moment has been planned for centuries. The spiritual realm is aligning, preparing to reveal divine secrets that will empower the chosen ones to rise up and take their rightful place as leaders. This is not a time of fear, but a time of faith. Heaven is about to transform the world, and you are being called to be part of this transformation. There is a divine urgency. God has already set the plan in motion for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Now is the moment to listen. You have been selected to play a pivotal role in this divine unfolding. The signs are everywhere, and the message is clear. It is a warning, a promise, and a call to action all at once. The divine alert has sounded. Are you ready to answer? This is a sacred moment, an invitation to step into the destiny you were born for. You, the chosen ones, are being called to prepare. Your spiritual calling has never been more urgent. This is not about tomorrow or next year. This is about today. You must prepare for a time of great testing, transformation, and empowerment. It's a time to solidify your spiritual foundation, to sharpen your focus, and to strengthen your resolve. You cannot afford to be passive. The time to act is now. The world will soon be shaken. The ground beneath our feet will tremble. Systems that we have relied on for stability will begin to crumble. But the chosen ones, those who have been waiting and watching, will not be shaken. Instead, you will rise. The divine power that flows through you will become your shield, your strength, and your wisdom in the coming storm. This moment is not about surviving. It is about thriving through divine intervention and guidance. This is a call to awaken to your higher purpose, to align your life with God's divine will. It is a call to let go of the distractions and the doubts that have held you back. God is preparing to pour out His power into your life, but you must be ready to receive it. You have been chosen not for comfort, but for leadership. Prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally to lead. For the world will soon need the strength and wisdom that you carry. The lockdown is not what it seems. It is not a punishment, but a sacred opportunity for transformation. While the world may see it as a time of restriction, the chosen ones will see it as a divine incubation period. This is where your spiritual growth will take place, hidden away from the noise and distractions of the world. It is a time of preparation, a time for you to strengthen your connection with God and receive direct divine downloads. Think of the lockdown as a cocoon where you are being transformed into something far greater than you can imagine. Just as a caterpillar must retreat into its cocoon to become a butterfly, you must retreat spiritually and mentally to experience your transformation. This is not a time for fear or hesitation. This is a time to embrace your new identity as a spiritual warrior, a leader, a beacon of light in a dark world. During this period, you will receive clarity like never before. God is going to reveal things to you, secrets, truths, and insights that you couldn't have imagined before. Your faith will be deepened, your purpose clarified, and your spiritual gifts activated. It will be uncomfortable, but growth always is. Remember, transformation is a process, and the lockdown is part of that divine process. It is a necessary season for the preparation that will lead music to your divine destiny. The checkpoint is the moment of divine evaluation. It is a sacred space where you will be tested and measured, where your faith, obedience, and readiness will be assessed. This is not a time of judgment, music in the traditional sense, but rather a divine moment where heaven weighs your heart, your actions, and your readiness to move to the next phase of your spiritual journey. This checkpoint is crucial because it will determine whether you are fully aligned with God's will and prepared to step into the leadership role that has been destined for you. At this moment, God will evaluate your obedience, your commitment, and your ability to walk by faith, not by sight. It is a moment of truth, a time for you to music, prove to yourself and to heaven that you are ready for what is coming next. The checkpoint will bring clarity and confirmation about where you stand in your spiritual journey. It will either confirm that you are on the right path or reveal areas where you need further growth and preparation. This is not a time for fear, but for deep reflection and alignment. Once the checkpoint is passed, you will enter a new level of divine authority and power. The tests may be challenging, but the rewards will be far greater. You will be prepared to lead with confidence, wisdom, and the strength that comes directly from God. Stay ready, stay vigilant, and stay aligned with God's purpose for your life. Now is the time to be still, to retreat, and to listen. The call to stay inside is not just a physical instruction, but a spiritual one. In this stillness, you will receive the guidance, protection, and empowerment that God has set aside for you. The outside world will become chaotic, but in your stillness, you will be strengthened. God is calling you to seek Him in this time of quiet, to receive the spiritual downloads that will shape your future. Staying inside is not about isolation or separation from the world. It is about finding divine clarity and strength. The noise of the world will only distract you from the deep work God is doing in your life. In the silence, God will speak to your heart. You will hear His voice more clearly than ever before. This is a sacred time of reflection, of meditation, and of deep spiritual connection. Your obedience to this divine instruction will set you apart and prepare you for what lies ahead. In your stillness, you will be transformed. This is where your spiritual power is nurtured and activated. God is not asking you to hide out of fear, but to be still, so that you can receive His guidance and strength when you emerge. You will emerge with divine clarity, insight, and anointed power to lead others. The world will need your light, and it will be in this time of stillness that your light will be fully prepared to shine. In this divine period of transformation, your spiritual power is being activated in ways you cannot yet fully understand. God is awakening the hidden gifts within you, and with it comes a surge of power, clarity, and insight. This is not just a time of passive waiting. It is a time of active spiritual empowerment. Miracles will unfold around you as your connection with God deepens, and as you begin to walk in the authority He has given you. Imagine your faith as a dormant seed. During this time, that seed is being watered, nurtured, and cultivated into something mighty. You will begin to experience the miraculous music in your life in ways that you may have only dreamed of before. The power of God will flow through you in tangible ways. Situations that seemed impossible will suddenly become possible. Miracles will be a part of your everyday reality. But remember, this power is not for personal gain. It is for the purpose of leading others. God is activating you to be a source of healing, guidance, and strength for those around you. You will not be left behind in the coming darkness. Instead, you will be a beacon of light and hope, empowered to lead others into divine truth. The miracles you experience will be a testimony to the power of God working through you. As the world begins to descend into chaos, the rule of the jungle will take hold. Survival will no longer be about power, wealth, or influence. It will be about wisdom, spiritual discernment, and divine guidance. The world will be in turmoil, But the chosen ones will have a secret weapon, God's wisdom. It will be your ability to hear God's voice and follow His direction that will set you apart from the crowd. In times of crisis, when fear and panic grip the masses, it will be your calm and clarity that will lead others to safety. The rule of the jungle will test the hearts of men, but those who have been divinely prepared will rise above the chaos. You will have the wisdom to navigate through the storm, to protect those in your care, and to lead others to a place of peace and security. Your spiritual wisdom will be your survival tool. The world may be governed by fear, but you will operate in faith. The world may be ruled by confusion, but you will walk in divine clarity. You will be a shining example of how to thrive in the midst of chaos, and your leadership will be a beacon of hope to those who are lost and afraid. When the storm of panic and chaos sweeps across the world, God's plan will stand firm, securing His people in ways that the world cannot understand. His protection is not a mere shield from harm. It is a deep spiritual security that anchors the soul, while the world crumbles under the weight of fear and uncertainty. The chosen ones will be positioned in the eye of the storm, held safe and secure by divine intervention. This is not just a promise of physical protection, but of spiritual fortitude. God's people will stand firm, not by their own strength, but by His. The systems of the world may fall apart, economies may falter, and social order may break down, but the plan of God will unfold with precision and power. Those who have trusted in Him, those who have stayed aligned with His, will be shielded, provided for, and empowered to navigate the uncertainty with divine wisdom. In the midst of all this, you will not be left to fend for yourself. God will direct your steps, guide your actions, and provide for every need. Your role will be to remain anchored in faith, trusting that God's hand is upon you, and that His divine protection will surround you at the time of chaos. You will be a living testament to the truth that God is the ultimate security and that His plans will always prevail. The blackout is coming, a time of global darkness, where the light of understanding and truth will be obscured from the masses. Yet for the chosen ones, this will not be a time of despair. It will be a time of rising. As the world enters into a period of spiritual and physical darkness, those who have been prepared will shine brightly, their light undiminished by the surrounding chaos. The blackout will be a season of testing, a season where the world will search for answers, but the answers will not be readily available to the masses. While the world stumbles in confusion, you will have clarity and insight. The divine wisdom that has been activated within you will make you a beacon of truth, a source of light in the midst of the darkness. During this time, you will experience a deep sense of purpose, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. God has prepared you for this moment, and now is the time for you to rise and lead. As the world goes dark, you will glow with the light of divine truth. The blackout will not diminish you. It will highlight you. It will be a time for the chosen to step into the leadership roles they were destined for. It may feel like a time of isolation, but this is where true transformation begins. Just as a seed must be buried in the soil before it can sprout and grow, you too must go through this season of spiritual isolation to emerge as something greater. This is not abandonment. This is divine preparation. During this period, God is doing deep work in your spirit, preparing you for the extraordinary tasks that lie ahead. In isolation, you will shed old layers of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. You will be refined like gold in the fire, emerging with a purity and strength that could only come from God's refining process. Isolation is not punishment. It is the sacred space where God will mold and shape you into the leader you were always meant to be. It is in this time that you will experience personal breakthroughs, spiritual awakenings, and a renewed sense of purpose. Remember, isolation is not permanent. It is a temporary season that will prepare you for a greater purpose. When you emerge from this time, you will be fully equipped to take on the challenges ahead. You will step into your calling with confidence, strength, and clarity, ready to lead others through the chaos and into the peace that God has promised. As the world spirals into panic, fear will grip the hearts of many. The chaos, the uncertainty, the questions, all of it will seem overwhelming to those who have not prepared. But for you, the chosen ones, this will not be a time of panic. This will be a time of purpose. While the world flails in fear, you will walk with calm assurance, understanding that your purpose is unfolding right before you. Others will be searching for answers, for someone to lead them through the storm. You will be that leader. You will be the one who speaks truth into the chaos, who provides hope in the darkness. God has placed His purpose within you, and it is in the midst of panic that you will fulfill it. What others fear, you will master, because your strength comes not from this world, but from the Almighty. You are prepared for this moment, even if the world is not. This is your time to rise up and shine. The fear that grips others will only fuel your clarity and conviction. The chaos that overwhelms others will be the stage for you to showcase the power and wisdom of God in action. Your purpose is being revealed, and as you step into it, you will lead with authority and divine wisdom. In this divine season, limitations that have held you back will be broken. The restrictions that once seemed impossible to overcome, whether they were personal doubts, external barriers, or spiritual blockages, will be shattered. God is going to intervene directly in your life, breaking through every barrier and lifting you to a new level of authority and power. No longer will you be limited by fear, doubt, or the opinions of others. The chains that have kept you bound will be loosed. With each step of obedience, you will feel the weight of limitation lifting off of you, replaced by the boundless freedom and power of God's will. Your potential, once held back by these restrictions, will now be fully unleashed. This is not just a time of internal transformation. It is a season of external breakthrough that God will move in ways that cannot be explained by natural means. His direct intervention will be evident in your life, and you will see miracles that break the laws of nature. The world will be amazed at what is happening in your life, because the hand of God will be unmistakably upon you. The time is coming when the world will need spiritual leaders who can provide direction, clarity, and wisdom in the face of overwhelming uncertainty. You are one of those leaders. God has chosen you to rise up and guide others through the storm. You are not just called to survive this season. You are called to lead others to safety, to peace, and to divine truth. As a spiritual leader, You will carry the weight of responsibility, but you will also carry the power of God. Your words will bring comfort, your actions will bring hope, and your presence will bring peace. People will look to you for guidance, and you will not falter because you will be sustained by divine wisdom and strength. This is your time to step into your divine purpose. Your leadership will shine through in the darkest of times, and God will use you to lead His people into a new era of spiritual awakening. You are not just a follower, you are a chosen one, set apart to lead with grace, strength, and the wisdom of God. The clock is ticking. The next 2 weeks are critical. This is your final preparation period before everything changes. You are in a sacred window of time, a countdown to the activation of your divine purpose. What you do in these next days will determine how fully you are prepared for the next season of your life. This is a time to purify your heart. Align your spirit with God's will and prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the great things to come. In these 2 weeks, take the time to reflect, pray, and prepare. This is not a time to be distracted by the world's noise or chaos. Instead, immerse yourself in the presence of God. Seek His guidance and trust in the process of transformation that He is unfolding in your life. These 2 weeks are sacred, and they will set the stage for everything that comes after. This countdown is not just a time of waiting, it is a time of intense preparation. Your readiness will determine your effectiveness in the coming season. Use this time wisely and prepare to step into the fullness of your calling. In times of testing, it can be easy to lose sight of the promises that heaven has spoken over our lives. We may feel overlooked or forgotten as the world around us crumbles. But rest assured, heaven keeps its promises. God's word is unshakable and eternal, and in due time, His reward will be poured out upon those who have stayed faithful through the trials. Your perseverance, your obedience, and your steadfast faith have not gone unnoticed. Heaven is about to honor you in ways you could never have imagined. The divine reward isn't always material, but it is always transformative. The blessings of God are not just about wealth or physical comfort. They are about spiritual elevation, empowerment, and the fulfillment of your divine destiny. As heaven opens the doors of reward, you will receive not just what you need, but what you are destined for. This is a season of restoration and elevation where God is going to elevate you to positions of influence, power, and responsibility so that you can fulfill your purpose on a global scale. The rewards are not just for this life, but for eternity. When you've walked through the fire and come out stronger on the other side, heaven will give you the authority and responsibility to lead in ways you never thought possible. Your reward is not just for you, but for the people you are destined to impact. You will be a beacon of divine favor, and your life will serve as a testimony to the faithfulness of God. Take heart, for the waiting season is almost over. Your divine reward is near. The work you've done in secret, the prayers you've prayed in silence, and the sacrifices you've made will not be forgotten. Heaven is about to honor you, and the world will see the favor of God upon your life in ways they never imagined. There is a time of revelation coming when the world will see you for who you truly are. In this moment, all the hidden potential, all the secret callings and all the divine promises will be made visible for the world to witness. You've been in the process of transformation, preparing behind the scenes. But now it is your time to be revealed. You will step forward in full alignment with your purpose, and the world will see the depth of your calling. This revelation will not come with pride or arrogance, but with humility and grace. It will be evident to all that you have been chosen, called, and prepared for this very moment. You will step into your role as a leader, a guide, and a source of divine wisdom with the understanding that you have been divinely positioned for such a time as this. Your authenticity, your true nature, and the fullness of your purpose will shine through in everything you do. For many, this revelation will be a shock. They may have underestimated you, written you off, or failed to see the greatness within you. But God has been preparing you in ways that no one else could have imagined. The moment of revelation will be a turning point, not just for you, but for those around you. It will serve as a powerful testimony to the faithfulness of God and the truth that He does not forget His chosen ones. This is a time to embrace who you are, to stand tall in your divine identity, and to trust that the world will begin to see the fullness of who God has made you to be. The world will recognize your anointing, your authority, and your purpose. The revelation is coming, and when it arrives, there will be no turning back. In the coming days, supernatural provision will be a reality for those who have trusted God fully. The systems of the world may fail, but God's provision will never run dry. This provision will come from unexpected sources, people you never imagined, situations you never anticipated, and opportunities that seem impossible. Just as God provided manna for the Israelites in the wilderness, He will provide for you in ways that defy natural explanation. Supernatural provision is not just about material needs. It is about spiritual sustenance, emotional healing, and divine guidance. You will experience provision on every level of your being. Where there was lack, there will now be abundance. Where there was uncertainty, there will now be clarity. You will no longer have to struggle to meet your needs because God in His faithfulness will supply them in ways you could never have imagined. This provision will also come with a purpose. It is not just for you to survive, but for you to thrive, to lead and to give to others. The abundance you receive will be for the purpose of fulfilling your divine calling and blessing those around you. The more you trust God's supernatural provision, the more you will see it in your life. It is a testimony to the world of the power of divine provision and the faithfulness of a loving Father. Get ready to witness miracles in your life. When the world says it is impossible, God will show you that nothing is impossible for those who trust in Him. Supernatural provision is on the way, and it will blow your mind. There is a divine reversal taking place. The last will become first, and the humble will be exalted in the coming season. Those who have been overlooked, rejected, or cast aside will rise to positions of leadership and influence. The world's system has operated by power, wealth, and position, but in God's kingdom it is different. The meek will inherit the earth, and those who have been faithful in small things will be entrusted with much. This reversal will be a sign of God's justice and faithfulness. Those who have endured hardship, persecution, and even betrayal will be vindicated. God will elevate them, not because of their own strength, but because of His favor and grace. It is a time for the overlooked to be seen, the broken to be restored, and the humble to be lifted to places of honor. For those who have felt invisible or insignificant, know that God is preparing to make you a visible force in this world. You may have been last in the world's eyes, but in God's kingdom, you will be first. This reversal will be a testament to His power to turn things around, to bring justice, and to restore what has been lost. You are about to see the tables turn in your favor. The divine reversal is happening, and it will be swift. God is about to make the last first, and when He does, no one will be able to deny the power of His hand in your life. The time of awakening has come. God is activating the spiritual gifts within you, bringing them to full operation. The dormant gifts you have carried within you are being stirred to life, and you will begin to operate music in your divine calling like never before. These gifts are not just for personal benefit. They are for the building of God's kingdom and for the edification of His people. You are being awakened to your true power, and with that power comes a responsibility to use it for good. In this season, expect to see manifestations of your gifts in profound ways. Whether you've been given the gift of prophecy, healing, teaching, discernment, or any other spiritual gift, it is time to step into it. God will give you the confidence and the clarity to use these gifts for His glory. Your gifts will not only empower you, but will also impact the lives of those around you. You will be a vessel of God's grace and power, flowing in the fullness of what He has given you. The awakening of power is not just about individual gifting. It is about the collective power of the body of Christ. As you step into your gifts, you will be part of a greater movement, a divine awakening that will sweep across the earth. Your role is essential, and your contribution will be vital. The gifts you carry will bring healing, deliverance, and hope to a world that is desperately in need of it. This awakening will be swift and undeniable. The power of God will move through you in ways you never thought possible. Get ready to see your spiritual gifts come to life, and know that with them, God has given you the ability to change music, the world. In the coming days, heaven will make itself visible in ways that will leave the world in awe. Signs, wonders, and divine manifestations will be a daily occurrence. The supernatural will no longer be relegated to biblical times. It will be a present reality. You will witness things that can only be explained by God. Miracles, healings, and unexplainable phenomena will become commonplace, confirming that God's presence is tangible and near. These manifestations will not just be for the chosen, but for the world to witness. The signs and wonders will serve as a testimony to the power and authority of God. Through these supernatural occurrences, God will draw people to Himself, revealing His glory and His power to a generation that has largely lost sight of His majesty. It will be a time of divine awakening where the world is confronted with the undeniable truth of God's existence and His authority. As these signs and wonders unfold, You will be an active participant. You will not just be an observer. You will be a vessel through which heaven operates. The miracles you witness will inspire your faith, and the miracles you perform will build the faith of others. This is a time to step into your divine calling as a carrier of the supernatural, knowing that you are part of something much bigger than yourself. Prepare yourself for the visible manifestation of heaven's glory. The supernatural will no longer be something distant or abstract. It will become a tangible daily experience. As the world sees these signs and wonders, they will know that God is real, and He is moving in power like never before. After the blackout, when the world emerges from the darkness, you will be ready. While others may still be stumbling in confusion, you will rise with clarity, purpose, and divine strength.